Well, I'm back, and I have to tell you, excuse me, it's that corona voice, I think, going. I don't know what's going on. I have a little bit of, it's pollen, idiots. Anyway, welcome back, guys. I have to tell you, I am so befuddled and so disheartened today that I'm going to have an incredibly difficult time doing this video. I've been, away for a while. You guys have noticed I haven't been posting videos on this channel, and it's really because the onslaught of things that have happened because of the response to the COVID panic has put me in a position where now I have, kids home with me all day long. My sister-in-law and her brother and their baby have had to move in with us because they can't work anymore. So now, they were effectively homeless because of this response. So now there's an unlawful number of people living in my home because the law has forced them into it. There are 9 of us in this home. And obviously I've been a little busy, between stocking and providing, that there hasn't been time to do these videos. So I'm back for a moment, at least for now. I don't know how many of these I'm going to be able to push out in the coming weeks. Things are getting pretty dire, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and throw the opening at you, and we're going to get into this in just a minute, guys. Sorry.
You heard a while, but that's just what people do. The theory is you always find somebody new. I guess there was a time I believe that was true, but now...
Alright, so I'm back, and I gotta be honest, I'm completely ill-prepared for this video. I have so many things I want to say, and I don't even begin to know where to start. I didn't format this at all. I pretty much am doing this off the cuff. Like, I was literally sitting down drinking my morning coffee, and I thought, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna do a video, because I haven't done it, and we'll just see how it goes. So here I am. We'll start here. Yesterday, the governor of Florida announced that we are ceasing to live under the constitutional protections and that we are now a police state, that we no longer have our guaranteed freedoms as per the Constitution, and instead we are quarantined by order of the jackboot thugs. Yeah, I'm pissed. Am I pissed? I'm pissed. You know why? Because now my wife is unemployed. So the only person in this house who actually was providing for the 9 of us has been put out of business by the governor, and we are now on house arrest without due process. We are in the carts. We are on our way to the concentration camp as we speak. The government has turned on us. But it's for your own good, just like it was in Nazi Germany when it was for their own good. Remember, the Jews were put on those trains, told that they were going somewhere where people wouldn't hate them, where they wouldn't be getting killed. They thought they were going somewhere for their own good. And the Germans believed that the Jews were terrorists, which they were. I mean, let's be honest. There were terrorists at the time. The Jews around the world were blowing up buildings and attacking people because they were trying to get what they wanted. So yes, Jews were terrorists at the time. Now, does that mean they were all terrorists? No. No more than all Muslims are terrorists today. In fact, most were pretty good people. They weren't doing anything wrong. But because less than 1% of the Jewish community was a threat, the Jews reacted by effectively killing them all off, destroying their livelihoods, taking everything from them. Does it sound like what's happening today? Because less than 1%, a fraction of 1% who get COVID actually die, which means 99.999 and on, who knows, because it's actually an irrational number. There's no actual number who get it, according to the CDC, survive and recover fully. It's not like, they come out of this maimed and can't work for the rest of their life. It's effectively a cold to these people. A really bad one, sure. And yeah, there are some people dying, but there's always some people dying. And I'm going to be kind of scattered today because I'm so flustered from this whole thing. So We are right back in Nazi Germany, where we are, controlling people, asking for papers, stopping people to make sure they have their papers, because we're afraid of what less than one fraction of 1% of people might be spreading, or what might happen because of it. Now, you can argue the science. Go ahead, argue the science of how many people you think might have gotten it if we aren't doing this, But that doesn't hold water in court any more than, well, I shot that dude who was walking down the street because he might have come over here and shot me. And that's where we are right now. We're in this place where you believe that since you think I might be carrying a disease that you might catch, that you have this automatic authority to tell me that I'm not allowed to provide for my family. That's where we are. I mean, how is that okay with you? How are we okay with this? At what point does the Fifth Amendment, hold water to anybody at all? I mean, obviously, what we have figured out is that, our founders must have said, listen, rights are inalienable unless people start getting sick. The government does not have authority over you unless everybody decides they do, right? We are not a democracy unless the public decides we are. I mean, when did they say all that? I've read damn near everything they ever wrote. There's nothing in any of that stipulates that our rights are only our rights when things are good. What sense does that make? Look, we are going to protect your freedom. We are going to say that it's not okay for the government to control you unless they want to, unless you're afraid. Once you're afraid, then your rights are no longer yours. They belong to the public. The public gets to decide, who has rights and who doesn't. No, you idiots, you tyrannical, despotic idiots. That's not how this works. That's not how freedom works. Listen, I said it before in another video. Freedom comes with risk, right? Every day, listen closely, every day you get up and you take risks, big risks, risks that involve getting in a car and driving to work so that you could provide for your family. Oh, that doesn't feel like a risk to you. Do you realize that more than 3,000 people die in car accidents every single day? So in the time that this coronavirus has been killing people, car accidents have killed more than 100 times more people. And, but you're not afraid of that risk because it's a risk you're willing to take. It's a risk that you think you're in control of. Of course, everybody who dies in a car accident thinks they're in control. So it's okay to take that risk. But now suddenly, not only are you afraid that, you could have it, but that I could have it. So I'm not allowed to take that risk. That's like saying, look, because there are, 3,000 plus car accidents that kill people every single day, that's too much of a risk for me. No one's allowed to drive cars anymore. Not, hey, because I'm afraid of car accidents and because I'm afraid of that risk, I won't drive cars. No, because I'm afraid of car accidents and I'm afraid of that risk, I'm going to continue to drive, but I'm going to prohibit you from doing so because you are a risk to me. That's not how liberty works, you morons. Really, you guys are so far gone. I really hope I lose a lot of viewers here because you are all dirtbags. You are. Any of you who think that this response to COVID is rational and reasonable and acceptable, you're an idiot. You are so irretrievably stupid that you don't deserve to breathe the air on my planet. But guess what? I'm not a tyrant. I'm not going to take that right from you. Because unlike you, who are taking my life from me out of fear of your own freaking... I won't do that. I won't do that. You see, I think it's time for everybody to rise up and revolt. But the problem here is I'm not going to do it. Why am I not going to do it? Because it's not my job to revolt on your behalf. If you want to lock yourself into... my nose is running. If you want to lock yourself into, your homes and lock your friends into their homes and lock people you don't know into their homes, that's fine. But if you come lock me into my home, we're going to fight. That's all there is to it. You and I are going to have a fight because you do not have the authority to tell me what I can do. I have the Fifth Amendment, and I am going to protect that amendment as I swore to do, come hell or high water. I am not letting you control me because you are afraid of something that causes death in less than 1,000th of Americans. Okay? I'm not okay with that. So, can you tell I'm a little bit passionate here? Yeah, I'm angry. I'm angry. Like I said, you know, we're having to survive on peanuts now. We're probably all going to be homeless soon because there's no income. And rent's still due. Guess what? They can't stop people from charging your rent. All they can do is put it off. That's great. Can you put off rent another time so that I can work a couple free weeks without paying rent so I can catch up for the time that I couldn't? You know, you can't just take today's rent and pile it on to next week when I'm not working next week either. You people are assholes. Okay? I know that's very unreverend of me. I don't know if you know this, but I am ordained. I am a reverend. But it's the truth. You are. You're assholes. You have stomped on my freedom and my liberties without any legitimate authority. And here I am, screwed because of you. Yeah. Folks, this is sad. This is disgusting. It's, you know, our founders would have been shooting by now. They would have. In fact, they were shooting over a small tax increase, you know, that was for the good of the people. It was, well, you know, you guys wanted us to help fight your war. We helped you fight the war. Now we're going to make you pay for it. Oh, no, we're going to start a war. That's what happened. You know, we're at the point where the government's telling us we have to stay home, that we're not allowed to leave our homes, and they will arrest us. They put us on house arrest without due process. I guess in the next video I'm going to explain due process, because evidently some of you don't understand that. And the Fifth Amendment, for that matter. So, listen, guys, sorry about the craziness here. I'm going to try and get back to these videos as soon as I can. It's just been, you know, it's been what it's been. If any of you are still hanging out with me, thank you. If you're not, thank you. If you think that my idea of actually having freedom in the world is absurd, then please leave. Please don't watch my videos, because you don't deserve to watch my videos. Dirtbags. You're all dirtbags. I'm done.
You heard a while, but that's just what people do. The theory is you always find somebody new. I guess there was a time I believe that was true.